G'day cocktail lovers. There is an unusual team up in snack world happening at the moment. One I definitely would not have predicted, and it's between Oreo and Coke, which has given us Coke flavoured Oreos and Oreo flavoured Coke. I spent a bit of time wondering if I could make a good cocktail out of the Oreo Coke, and I was going through the various websites I go through to find cocktail recipes, and not really looking for something for the Oreo Coke. I did find one called an Elmo Coke, which I thought was a super strange name. Was this about Sesame Street? No, apparently it was the house cocktail at the St. Elmo's Steakhouse in Indianapolis, and the build of it looked like, you know what, that could work with the Oreo Coke. So I've gone ahead and tried it, and before I give you the rundown, I am going to taste it. Was this worth it? That's not bad at all. I'll just let you know what's in it. The house recipe has a split of bourbon and rye whiskey. I've gone with a split of a Texas whiskey. It's not actually a bourbon. This is a single barrel strength from Balcones. This is 66.7% alcohol. Pretty darn strong. And a local rye whiskey from the Gospel Distillery. This is their straight rye whiskey. That's 45% ABV or 90 proof. So it's a little bit stronger than average, and you could just go with 2 ounces of whatever whiskey you like, quite honestly. One thing that attracted me, it uses a little bit of cherry syrup from Marasca cherries. These Luxardo Maraschino cherries, there's always the syrup left over when you're going through the cherries, so I always like to find a recipe that says to use them. And on top of that, there is just a dash of chocolate bitters in there as well. That's all the ingredients that go in it. I'll show you how to make it. We're not going to be fussy here, we're going to build it in the glass. So first, put some ice in a tall glass, and then I'm doing 1 ounce of the Balcones whiskey, that's 30 mils, following that with 1 ounce or 30 mils of the rye whiskey, then 1/4 ounce, around 7.5 mils of cherry syrup, and 1 dash of chocolate bitters. Then of course, we are topping that with the Oreo Coke. Give that a bit of a stir, and then topping it with more ice, and I'm giving it another stir. So it's a bit of a twist on your simple whiskey and cola, and it works quite well. Oh, in case you're wondering, the taste in this for me, it's kind of like vanilla Coke with more vanilla, like the filling in the Oreos have been added to it. So I guess it really is an Oreo flavoured Coke. This is an Oreo Coke with whiskey, and it's not bad. I recommend you give it a try. Cheers.